Today I'm going to show you how to make these carnivore friendly, keto friendly, protein sparing, modified fast friendly egg white wraps. And they're quick and they're easy and only basically take 3 ingredients. So let's get started. Hi there, my name is Sue. Welcome to my channel. Today I am making some carnivore egg white wraps, and the reason I'm making them is that I am kind of alternating at the moment between a high-fat carnivore diet and a protein-sparing modified fast. So I've just started doing the PSMF, is the abbreviation for it. I did one day about 3 days ago, and then I had a tooth out, and then I've been lying on the couch for 2 days in a whole world of pain. So today's the first day that I've actually been feeling kind of human again. And so I'm back on the I always want to say PSMF, so protein sparing modified fast. So I'm doing that again today. So when I kind of delved into this the other day and started to understand what this really was, I decided to try maybe doing 2 or 3 days a week and seeing how I went. Now, after that first day, so I had the first day, and my calories only came to 700 calories for the day. And then the next day, I didn't eat a whole lot because I'd had my tooth out. When I worked out my my macros and what I'd actually eaten, I'd only actually eaten 1,200 calories that day. So the day after I had my tooth out, I was actually down by another half a kilo. So I'm down by a total of 2.5 kilos since I started experimenting a couple of weeks ago with the high fat and now the PSMF thing. So I'm interested to see how I go. So today I'm doing a protein only day is what I choose to call them, because it's a wee bit less complicated than saying PSMF all the time when I want to say PCMF. So we'll just stick to protein only. So the protein sparing modified fast is basically just eating protein without any fat or carbs. And you can do that, one day. You can do it a couple of days in a row. Some people do it 3 or 4 or even 5 days in a row, which to me seems like maybe a little bit too long, but I'm just going to see how I go. So the egg white wraps are something that I thought that I could make to eat for dinner tonight. I've got some chicken breast there, and I thought I might just have some egg white wrap with a bit of mustard on it and some chicken, and I might even add a few slices of gherkin, something like that in there. One of the things that a lot of people seem to eat when they're doing this protein only is the protein sparing modified fast bread, which is just a bread made from egg whites. And I don't understand how people can eat that without any kind of fat on it, because to me it just tastes like eating polystyrene. And I think I probably would choke if I didn't have any butter on it. So I'm not even going to go there right now, but the egg white wraps are really good. They taste great, they're not dry, and they are really simple to make. So let's have a look at how to make these. So all you need for these egg white wraps is you need some water, you need some egg white protein powder, some gelatin, and that is pretty much it, and something to cook it on. Okay, so I've got my hot plate over here behind me. I'm just going to put a little bit of butter on that, not very much at all because I don't want the fat, and then I'm going to show you how to throw these together. So I'm actually going to make a double batch of these, like my t-shirt, just before we start. This is from my store, if you like it. It says life just wouldn't be the same without butter, which it wouldn't. Having the occasional protein only day is fine, but butter really makes the world go round. And so this is the premium woman's long sleeve t-shirt, and I love it. I've been wearing it every time it comes out of the wash. It goes back on my body at the moment. Absolutely love it. So anyway, let's get back to the recipe. Okay, to make a single batch of this, I want a half a cup of water plus 2 tablespoons of water. So I'm going to put 1 cup of water in here, and then I'm going to add 4 tablespoons of water to that. Okay, so that's our water. Now I'm going to turn my hot plate on while I think about that. Turn the top one off, and I'll turn this bottom one on to about 200. Let that heat up. Okay, it's a great little griddle, this one. It is a DeLonghi, and I will link to it below. It's a really good little machine, handy to have. Doesn't take up too much space in the cupboard. Alright, so now we also want, for a single batch, we want 6 tablespoons of egg white powder, but I am going to double this, so I'm going to put in 12. Okay, so that's 12. I've got it all up my arm. Look at that. So 12 tablespoons. And then we want to add to that, for a single batch, it is 2 tablespoons of gelatin. So I'm going to add 4. Now I'm using this Great Lakes gelatin, which is absolutely one of the best available. I had New Zealand Davis gelatin that I've been using, but the New Zealand Davis gelatin, a lot of them contain sulfur, but this one doesn't. This one is just pure gelatin. So I'll pop a link to this gelatin below as well, because it is absolutely one of the best. Okay, so that's all the ingredients added, and then we just want to whisk that up. Now it'll look really lumpy to start with. Takes a little while to get it to combine. And I'm making a mess all over the bench, but that's okay. What you'll find is that after a bit of time it starts to turn into a reasonably thick batter. It'll still have some little lumps in it quite often, but it doesn't matter. The lumps seem to disappear when you cook it for some reason, I guess because it's egg white. But as long as you mix it up reasonably well, it'll be fine. Okay, so that's mixed up pretty well. As I said, it's still got a few little lumps in there, but it's nothing that's going to be a problem once they're cooked, because I have found that even with the little lumps in, they still cook up really well. As I said, I'm just adding a little bit of butter to this, not a whole lot, because I don't want too much butter on my flatbreads, because I'm avoiding the fat today. And then I'll just pour a little bit. Oh, I've got to get a spoon, I think. And then I'll just pour a little bit onto here and spread it out. So as you can see, you can probably see there's still some lumps in there, but not a big deal. Just spread them out so they get quite nice and thin. So I've just turned my plate down to 180. Now when they're just made from the egg white protein powder, they don't brown very much. I normally make them, I usually add 1 or 2 fresh eggs to this, but because I don't want the egg yolks in there, I'm just making it with the protein powder. If you add the fresh eggs, you'll find that they actually brown up more, and the more eggs you put in, the more they brown up. They don't take very long to cook at all. So as you can see, these come out really nice and flexy, and they stay like that. You can pop them in a container in the fridge and they will stay nice and flexible like that. There's no cracking or breaking like there are with some other gluten-free kind of mixes and those sorts of things. So this is a much better recipe than a lot of the recipes that are around for flatbreads or, you know, wraps. And that's the other thing, is you can make them as big or as small as you want to. You can leave them thicker if you want and not spread it out so much, or you can make them nice and thin. You can add a bit more water and make them runnier. So you can make them thinner if that's what you want to do. Okay, so that took me about probably 20 minutes. And so I have a reasonable pile of little egg wraps there. Some of them I've made smaller and some of them I've made bigger. So I've got some that are kind of that size. And then I have got some that are this size. So we have used these in the past with, like I love them just with butter on, you know. But we've also used them to wrap up different meats. You can use them as a dessert. If you eat cream, you can just whip up some cream and have them with cream in them, and they're really quite tasty. So they're, you know, easy, quick to make. If you're trying the protein sparing modified fasts, they're a really great option because they are just basically egg white, gelatin and water. A good source of protein without really any fat. And yeah, reasonably inexpensive as well, because the egg white powder goes for miles with them. So I will link to the ingredients below that I've used to make these, and if you've got any comments or any questions, please fire away and I will get to those as soon as I can. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe, and I thank you very much for watching, and I will talk to you again another day. Bye bye for now.